Yo, how's it going? Been a while. Lots of things going on. Anyhow, let's get up to date. Media Circus. Gonna be doing this in a bit of a different style. Like I told you guys are outside of the metaphysical milk. Meaning, already kind of spoke about the things. You guys are already kind of aware or up to date or sort of tapped into it, tiptoeing into it. And frankly, it's no longer this woo-woo thing that we were indoctrinated to believe in the 90s and 80s, right? We were told to believe that this shit was, far out, it's imagination, it's all that. And now we got this thing called quantum physics, as well as the internet, and sheer open-mindedness, and actually fucking trying it out. So we're much more, you could say, evolved than what we were, and the indoctrination, the media brainwashing that was tossing us away from all that stuff, fuck it. So this is where I literally jump both feet first. Like I told you, we taking the milk away and we starting to get into that course meal. And why I'm saying this is because I'm gonna tap into a bit of channeling, not full channeling. I don't prefer that, but that's a discussion for another point if anyone's kind of interested. Or I think I spoke about it in the podcast, maybe even on this channel, maybe even on the TikTok, maybe. We'll see. So, bit of a semi-channeling when it comes to that because playful, fun, and I do feel like tapping into that and just sharing. Yet, no worries, it's not downloading information directly per se. It's a different flow of bringing this information. You'll see, I kind of compare it a bit to a method actor, but that's the limitation of my knowledge on that. I don't necessarily have an Eastern comparison to it, which is why I want to travel, just to kind of get what's their take on it, what's the world's take on it. Hey, spiritual world warrior, man, gotta play with this. Anyhow, now, tad bit of dark side channeling, we'll see about that, but let's talk about the media circus. So, some people just don't seem to get it. I mean, it's not that I want to insult them. It's not that I want to call them out. It's not that I want to make light of the, how do you say, two-faced aspect of things. It's not that I want to say that people haven't learned anything. No. Hypnosis is a bitch. That's understood, said, my staple. That's my quote for the year 2022. And then on. But some people have not seemed to acquire an understanding of the media rodeo. Now, in Quebec, we have a quotation called Je me souviens, which means I remember. But did it show? I remember. But a lot of people don't remember shit. Mostly because it's easy for media to bombard you with the latest little bit of drama and then make you forget what happened back, I don't know, a couple of weeks ago. Could be days. Also the fact that, there may be documentaries around talking about another perspective to the popular narrative. This is what I'm kind of getting to. A lot of people just seems to have forgotten this media circus, this rodeo where, hey, this is the latest thing. Look at this is what's happening here. But then, weeks after, months after, could even be years after, shit, new things are getting discovered. Oh my god, this is something else now. What's going on? Meaning, we even have documentaries, information, and testimonies of people talking from a different perspective of the narratives. about events that aren't even that far back. I mean, okay, let's playfully look at one. Where are the weapons of mass destruction, bitch? Oh, that was let go, right? That was all far, right? Vietnam. Oh, how you and society, not you directly, this is just a general term. I'm not gonna go with the whole media narrative of you. Fuck that shit, but just take it as the general, the collective. It doesn't need to involve you all, okay? You guys are much smarter than to fall into those programming aspect of condemning and judgment, all right? This ain't what's about here. But oh, how society has let go of those Vietnam veterans after there was a big rile up for, man, we've sent them over there. They've got all sorts of PTSDs, a lot of things we've learned in psychology too. But then they were old news right after, right? And also, there was so much more going on in the background in regards to the methods being used or some of the tragic massacres done in the name of freedom, right? Oh, but the initial message was like, yeah, let's go do this. Let's liberate. Yeah, let's do this, right? I've forgotten, right? That was great media brainwashing. Oh, right. We could go even further. Even when it comes to some of the propagandas that were made. Doesn't matter which side it was. But you look at World War II and you look at how happily we were kind of sent to go fight this. The initiative, or how do I want to say, the point I want to come across is like this cheerfully and smiley little brainwashing bits that were sent onto us. The one side of the message type of deal. Now, okay, World War II, kick the fucking Nazis, right? And now we're dealing with Nazis in Ukraine. This is another story. I'm not going to open up that box. But do you start seeing how the narratives, the media narrative, the media, woo, yeah, rodeo, that cheese has so much hole. It's a bit more Swiss than you think, right? But you can't just ignore that shit. You can't just say and start, actively shunning people that aren't following the narrative, but then forget how over and over in history, the main mass narrative has always had some holes. Always had some shit that could rightfully be challenged. Because, hey, aren't we in a democratic society? No, well, not with Trudeau. And I believe that he's got told in Europe to get the fuck out because being a bit of an insult on that. But not only the Trudeau, our Canadian Prime Minister. Not only that, but hey, let's just add the big tech. Let's just add media in general. Let's just wrap it up. Same kind of goes for the medical industry, you know? We're supposed to be in a democracy and we're supposed to have open debate and open talk. Yet oftentimes it seems to be the highway, the one way, or the highway. Not the highway, because if you were on the highway, you would have multiple choices, right? It's the one way, not the highway, or fuck it, I so fucked it up. Whatever, you know? But usually it's like, yo, it's one way or get the fuck out. It's the one way to think, the one narrative. It's the one thing that's been bombarded in media, sponsored by Pfizer, by the way. Or you are labeled, open that box of all the labels that you're going to be brought on to. Whatever. Waste of fucking time. But you guys do see the patterns, right? Some big thing happens, something is said, there's a narrative that happens, and then a couple of maybe days, weeks, months, years later, something else is discovered. Multiple angles and point of views are discovered around that. Because how can we, how can this be, how can this be said with the most... Fuck it, I'm not gonna pull punches back. We'll just balance it back afterward. There's multiple fucking points of views in this world. We are about to hit 8 billions. Okay? You can't just run on the one narrative. That's dumb. No, actually, sorry. Dumb is not necessarily the word to be used here. There's so much more complexity to this because that would be insulting people that would fall for media hypnosis. Oh, hypnosis. Ooh, it's this woo thing. No, hypnosis, everyone fucking does it on themselves. Because it's just a repetition of a certain type of information over and over again. Day, night, day to night, possibly even. Could be in your media, could be in your books, could be in your fiction. Could even be talking to people that drank that Kool-Aid. Yeah. It's not that complex. It's not that hard. Hey, guess what? To get your, let's say, fancy little diploma or whatever little grade that you had, you were using the same principle. Just repeat, 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 repeat. And eventually it gets into your subconscious. So, it's easy. This is how you learn how to tie your shoes or to ride a bike. This is even how you were, shocking spoiler of the century, led to believe in Santa Claus or the Tooth Fairy. Alright? Repetition with a single point of, or a single perspective. Over and over and over. A single point of view. Then, boom, right into your subconscious. So this is life. This is how it works. Right? That's simple, right? So, people who fall into that, just like how we've seen in various wars or world events, or, okay, let's give you another example. Maybe this is something that's a bit more potent, and it might shock you or it might not. Who the fuck knows and who cares at this point, right? You can take the blows, you can take the punches, you got experiences. Now, you say some kind of got offended when I said that the school system, the learning was brainwashing, hypnosis, and indoctrination. Because it was learning. You were learning, right? Okay. Let's take you into a communist country. China. Or some other communist country. What you learn in school, a lot of it will put you against Westerners. We'll put Westerners as inferior. We'll call them devils. We'll call them evil. We'll call them the enemy and all that stuff. Now, this is not to say that everyone over there in China believes in the same way or same thing, okay? But this was learning, right? Division. Possibly even some xenophobia, because I do hear that they don't necessarily like religion over there. Anything that takes you out of the narrative, right? But taking yourself out of a narrative with another single one-pointed narrative, not necessarily my recommendation, but that's another topic if you want to learn about it. Sup it up in the comments. Anyhow, still, then you learn xenophobia. Hey, wait. We don't even need to go all the way to China. We could even look in our own backyard a couple of years in history, right? Remember when in school indoctrination was with the ruler, right? That was learning, right? Then you would learn that, oh, African Americans were shit, Chinese were shit, Mexicans were shit. I'm just paraphrasing, making it easier for you to understand that kind of indoctrination / learning, that one point of view, the narrative, what was also fostered on television too, was divisive, racist, xenophobic, sexist, all the ists and isms in there. But then it evolved, right? Mostly because, for some reason, society hadn't gotten to the point of realizing, hey, we're all born the same way. No words, no definition, no concepts. Ain't no guru baby yet. So, We're all born the same damn way. Why are we still divided? Right? So, can you see the loop? Can you see the media rodeo, the media circus, this aspect of, yeah, the popular message is right? A couple of years later, oh my god, I was treating you like shit because of what I learned. Simple. Right? Made a bit too simple? 15 minutes. It's not the hour that you are used to, but still. I'm really hoping that some will get it. Again, this is not to finger point and bash. This extravagant way of presenting it, tad bit of channeling, tad bit of method acting, cross-reference between it. I couldn't care less about the terminology at this point. It has nothing to do with the current point being made. It is that we have played with the media rodeo for enough time. All right? It's the patterns are obvious. So now you process information at the speed of light. Fucking close your eyes right now and see a red apple. Or a green one. Or whatever fruit. Or your last supper that you ate. Whatever you've ate last time. Or can you taste it? Can you recall the taste? Can you smell it? Can you hear the cooking? Or can you hear the chewing? Right? How fast was that? Faster than the blah 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 that I had running to get you to picture that. So much faster. Every time you practice this, it gets faster and faster. So you do break the speed of light with your thought, with your brain. All right? But you've been led to just consume information. You know, it was easy. Slows you the fuck down. Why I bring this up is that you are at a point where, let me fuck it up and then balance it. You have no goddamn fucking excuses for not looking at multiple perspectives and points of views. Now, let me flip that back and balance it. Hypnosis is a bitch. If you've been taught to, you gotta get the one and done, you gotta get the one right answer, the one right way, the one right religion, the one right narrative, then you're gonna be repeating this pattern until you hit a wall. Or you might be so drugged up on media and, constant video games and repetition that your dopamine won't even give you the signal and you might just lemming yourself out of a cliff. Unfortunately, that may happen for some. But, hey, you can take the decision. It's not saying it's not to saying that there's good, bad, right, wrong. It's just to say that there's a plethora of perspectives and points of views, and you, being the goddamn fucking miracle of life that you are, literally, the fact that you process shit at light speed in your own mind is amazing, and we'll talk a bit more about it on this channel and even on the TikTok. Use that at your advantage. Look at multiple perspective and points of views, not just one. Same kind of goes with religion. I always talk about that, alright? And then process it with that amazing Professor X brain of yours. Because, shit, you're able to process this, connect the dots, and go, oh, that's simple. But if it's too long, did not read, or maybe just go for audiobooks or go for videos, but too long, I don't want to get there. I'm right. Fuck everyone else. I'm running with the narrative because it's never been wrong. Couldn't say that without choking on my own fucking breath. Well, hey, you do not want to face yourself. You do not want to face what has been brought onto you. You still believe that this is you. This is your personality. You want to ignore the fact that you weren't born with that. You could have been born at any time period or in any country and it could have been something completely different. You still want to hold on to it. This is your life. There's no criticism. There's no finger pointing or objection. There's no distinct. It's just where this will lead you. I mean, you can start seeing patterns and you can start seeing where certain things will lead you. You could say closed-minded aspect of things may lead you. Or closed-minded, forced narrative, hypnotized to go to, because hypnosis is a bitch. Literally. Why do you think people get midlife crises? Oh, I was told I needed to act this way, have this, be this kind of person for everyone. I should feel this way if this happens, or feel that way if that happens. And eventually, a couple of years down in life, I'm feeling like shit. But why? Right, it's mostly because as a society, in our school curriculum, we didn't have how to deal with emotion 101, or what are emotions, or what do they say? What does it mean? How do I process that? How did I get to this way of thinking to trigger that emotion? We never got the fucking manual, right? But we didn't get the mandatory manual. Sorry. I'm sorry because it's all over the internet. People have seminars with this shit. People talk about their own experience, understanding and learning this, right? So it's there. We just didn't get the mandatory aspect of it. Meaning, why didn't we fucking learn this as first grade, right? Okay. Some would say, oh, it's too complex for children. Shut the fuck up. No, really. Shut the fuck up. Stop belittling your kids. We can process shit at the speed of light. We can hypnotize ourselves in understanding various useless shit with repetition. Again, 80% of the stuff that you learn in school, you won't fucking use. Anybody using photosynthesis now? Aside if you're learning or if you're working in that field. Dissecting the frog! That was fun! Still doing it? School system is going to get to its rebalancing soon enough. But still, emotions 101. Get up to date with it. Do not assume that everyone has the same perspective and frame of understanding that you do, because that is not realizing the nuanced and granular experiences that everyone is living. We are not a hive mind. Right? We did not have all the same dessert and the same historical process to getting that same favorite dessert. This is a basic example. If you can get that and retrace your step to life, your step per step. Ooh, then I tasted pudding. Then I tasted cheesecake. Then I tasted Boston cheesecake. Then I tasted my grandma's cheesecake. This is my favorite one. Oh shit, there's other variations, Everyone's got a different life experience. So everyone's got a different emotional connection to certain words. Everyone's got a different meaning to certain words. Alright? We are not a hive mind. It's that simple. Yet you do have the ability in the playful X Factor, Mega Man X Factor, of ever expanding, evolving, growing every time you pick up multiple points of views. Have an integration. Don't just stick to one or another. Because if that one gets manipulated, as it's been done in history, again, you saw how I spoke about religion, and it was dead obvious for a while, right? One time, women were not accepted. They were less than because of Eve. Oh, religion 2.0. Oh, we're accepting them now. They're fine. But not those colors. Those colored. And those people from foreign countries. Religion 3.0. Oh, we're accepting them. But not those gays. 4.0. Oh! See? Skip that shit. Become accepting. Use that brain of yours. Because if you don't, You're just staying at that slow processing speed, which I'm indirectly kind of getting you into. I mean, you're kind of waiting until my next word to process information. In your mind, boom, 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 boom. So, again, it's an aspect of balance. Remember, it's not this is all bad, this is all good. It's all about balance. See? Yet, this is where you stop falling for the media rodeo. Get fear of this, get fear of that, get fear of this, get fear of that. But I ain't gonna tell you any kind of context. Because I don't fucking know and I couldn't be bothered, right? Or maybe you'd learn something different if you were understanding of the context. Who knows? There's always multiple points and multiple possibilities. You're watching those multiverse movies. You should be a bit more up to date about this, right? Unless you still believe the one way, one chance. Anyway, little bits and hints in your movies, but not the entire program. Or not the expanded knowledge. Still, it's a really good kickoff, and it could lead you some great inspirations. See, the funny part about movies is they refer a lot of things about reality. I mean, hey, look at... Oh, what's that latest one? I was pushed to look at that because a lot of people told me, yo, this is so close to the Coco. What's going on? Don't look up. It's going to have some pizzazz. Or some people won't even give an attention to it. Play with that. Get in gear. And have fun with it. But if you're still going to be writing the Media Rodeo and keep that one perspective, that one way, that one... Oh, and then you're still going to be shouting, remember history. Irony. Satire? Crap, what is that term where two-faced happens? I have a blank right now. There's a specific terminology for it. It's not being hypocritical. Is it? I don't know. At the end of the day, hypnosis is a bitch. So, you have your free time. You have right to your opinions. You have time to process this. If you don't take it, then you don't. And hey, you can hit a wall over and over again. Kind of get the hints that life teaches you or brings you to. Literally. I mean, we could have a whole podcast on the way life kind of gives you hints. Essence, source, God, whatever you want to call it. Not in a judgmental way. All right? Let's get out of that narrative. You see, there's so much complexity. Man, just trying to keep this under 30 minutes is a challenge. But the best I can do at this point, right? Have some fun with that. Don't get played. Be a player. And have fun with seeing things debunked. A couple of days after, a couple of weeks after, could even be months. But it's happening faster and faster and faster and faster and faster. Do your own experiments. Do your own researches. And frankly, to a certain degree, you can shove that media shit out of the way. What? You really want to get drugged up on the fear orgasm every fucking day? You're not living it. You're not there. You're not experiencing whatever's being said. You are experiencing an interpretation, a proxy, a gossip. But you're not there. It's kind of like watching a movie, right? Food for thoughts. If you're going to take the time to think. I can do your thinking for you. I can just share from personal life experience and personal research and personal dot connecting. But That's just another perspective and point of view out of many. If it resonates, it does. If it doesn't, it doesn't. At the end of the day, everything's cool. No judgment, no angst, no anger. Even with the way that it is being expressed here, it's fun. It's free-flowing. It's kind of to hammer a point, but not to condemn nor divide. I mean, frankly, personally, I won't know if you're going to fall off the cliff like a lemming. I accept it. I do feel bad, but I accept it. Because your choices and your decisions and your steps are your own. Ultimately, it'd be great to have humanity. Totally. Fuck yeah. I mean, this is why I'm kind of hammering on this fucking media rodeo and division. It's taking steps towards unity. Fuck this division. Seen this game being played years and years after in multiple ways, playing on stereotypes or xenophobia or whatever. But I have come to a term of acceptance that some people are just going to fall off that cliff. Or else I wouldn't be sleeping at night. Oh shit. These people are not understanding unity. Ah shit, these people are still getting brainwashed by this propaganda. Dude, I wouldn't be sleeping if I thought about all the people stuck in the indoctrination of communism or whatever else religion happening out there, you know? Come to accept it. Yet ultimately, you have to live with yourself and, well, this is your game. What do you want to play it as? Pro player? Stacking up all the options that you have at hand? Or you're just going to do the main quest, live until you die, follow that one social narrative, you know, the one basic equipment set. I'm being facetious here, but you have options. Go for it, alright? Don't take your life for granted. You have so much potential and just your existence, the unique things that you have lived and lifted, have so much more to offer to people. To people around you, to people around the world. Do not take it for granted. You are not just puny NPC human from movie, you know? You're the main character, but don't get programmed like those basic bitch main character mentality. It's got to be scripted that way because it's got to sell. But you ain't that basic. So, enough. It's been 30-something minutes of attempting to explain this media rodeo. Have fun with the information. Feel free to ask questions. Feel free to look shit up. Feel free to disagree if you want. That's all in your rights. Just think. Think! I still didn't see that episode. I don't feel like it. Like I told you, I'm kind of out of this media narrative or media programming. Bores me. Also bores me to see main characters just being main characters at times. So, whatever. Still, think. You have that choice, you have that power, and you also process information at such a high speed that, come on, man, come on. So have fun, people. Stay in the game, play in the game, and let's get that unity going. Those who aren't down with unity, then you have your choices with their patterns, their story paths. So have fun. But don't forget to look back at history or look back at recent events, last 20 years, 10 years, could even be 5 years, and see what happened. Have a good one.